Yeah. So yeah, I hit I started recording. So yeah, so basically, as I was saying, pandas, like we are in this lecture we are seeing about pandas library. In the pandas library, like as I said, like whenever you would be using any library in your Python, then you have to import it. Okay, this is the way you can import it. Import pandas as PD. Okay. uh,
Okay.
so now basically now our agenda is that we have a sample data set, okay, in CSV file. I hope that you guys know what is a CSV file, comma separated values.
Comma separated file. Yeah.
It is similar to Excel, but the only thing is that it is open source, as in like it has a standard format and it can be visualized and utilized anywhere. You don't need a specific Excel file. These are nothing but values separated by separated by a comma or a delimiter.
Mhm.
Rajina, you know, right? Like what is CSV file, since you have worked with this in SQL.
Yes, yes, comma separate.
Okay. So now our agenda is that suppose if I give, okay, suppose if I say that this is my CSV file. Okay, now I want, suppose if I ask you guys to write a query to get all of the cars, okay, whose mileage is more than 18, then what would be the query which you would be writing inside it using SQL?
Select star from empty cars where mileage is greater than.
18,
Yeah.
right? So but then this is like using SQL, but how do we do the exact same thing in pandas, as in like in Python? Okay, so first of all, but in SQL you already have your data set created, database created, your tables created, your data inserted, right? You have everything uh,
Hmm.
available on your SQL server. But here I don't have any instance where I can do this, right? Like I have to read this file, because it is an
Yes.
file which is present in my hard disk. I have to bring it in
Yes.
Python's context, as in like Python needs to read that file and have any
Yeah.
object or have any variable which can reflect all of its data, right?
Mhm.
So we
Hmm.
will just have, we call it a df. Df is a short form for data frame. Okay, we will say pd is nothing but your pandas. Pd dot
Pandas library.
read, yeah, pandas library read. Now if you see these are the different options which you can read using pandas. Okay,
Okay.
you can read SQL, you can read SQL table, you can read your JSON, you can read HTML, you can read from Google BigQuery, you can read from Excel, you can read from CSV, you can even read from clipboard, as in your clipboard. Okay,
Yeah.
you can also read a lot of from, basically from lot of sources. But since here we have only CSV, now this is a pre-built function for you, like you haven't written it. It's just like already present inside your pandas library. Okay, so here you need to give the path, the entire path for now, since it is present inside my local directory itself where I have this, right? So I just have to do this. And now if I say df, you will see that the entire, basically your entire data set is now, or CSV sheet
Is
is present
is
inside your,
imported.
yeah, is important in your df variable.
Hmm.
Okay.
So this DF is like fixed syntax. I have to use DF only.
No, you can use anything. You can even say,
Okay.
okay, you can name it. It's almost, I mean, we typically follow some standard, like I mean for pandas we always import as PD.
Hmm.
Okay, like for NumPy, there is another library for NumPy, we always you always says as NP.
Hmm.
Okay, so basically we try to follow standards, but you can like name it anything you want. You can name anything you
Okay.
want, or I would say cars df, cars data frame. Okay, sorry. Okay, now if you say the type of, it is a data frame, it's a pandas data frame. Okay,
Hmm.
so now this is your This is your basically your data. Okay. Now here also you can apply the concept of indexing. Okay. Before that,
Okay.
I would just give you some quick examples of what all you can do with this. Okay. Suppose if I want to get that, if I want to, let's say, get the top 5 rows in SQL, what would you do? Only 5 rows, top 5 rows.
Limit by 5.
Exactly. So here you have the same exact things called as head. For the top 5, you will say head.
Head.
Head will basically give you the top 5 rows. Similarly, if you wanted the top end rows, you will say tail. Head will give you top 5 rows, tail will give you the last 5 rows.
Mm-hmm.
And similarly, you can even mention how many rows you want, like top 2, top 4, or whatever. Okay. So this is basically your index 28, 29, right? This is basically your index. Okay. And you can as in SQL, like you can set any column to be as an index. You can set your model, you can set your any other variable as your index as well. Any doubts until now?
No.
How will we set the other columns as indexes?
So if you want to set an index, you just have to say cars tf dot index equal to cars df, and then the more basically your column name which you need to set the index for. Now if I say cars df, you will see the index has been changed.
Oh, okay, okay. So if it's a, I mean, if it's in alphabetic, so it's an alphabetical order. The index will go in that order, or the
No,
order
but
in which the data is already present.
the order in which the data is already present. If you want the alphabetical order, then you have to basically change the data set itself.
Oh, okay,
Like
okay.
you can sort, basically sort index.
Hmm.
So all in all, like pandas, I mean this is a little advanced stuff. I mean not advanced, but like we will try to cover it later in much detail. But all in all, pandas is basically a library which makes things easier for you. You don't have to write long queries and like do a lot of stuff. You just have to load the data and you basically can do within like less amount of code.
One question. The index which we see on the left side from 1 to 31,
Hmm.
okay, it was preloaded by the Panda library or it was in your CSV file as well?
No, no, it is nothing but your this thing, no number, row number.
Number,
Yeah,
row number.
yeah. I mean by default it will be row number itself.
Okay.
Like if I do this, right, it
Mm-hmm.
is saying 0, but you can also reset your index as well. So if you reset the index, then it will again, because Python's index starts at 0, right? So it is why that is the
Yeah.
reason why it starts with 0 here.
Okay. And if I wanted to start from 1,
You can do that as well. You can set the index, like you can just say index equal to range of 0 to length of df should start with 1. Okay. Now if you say, you can do whatever you want. Just need to know what you're doing. But these all things are for later stages. But for now, I will just give the data set up to data set the file messages. I guess I can't do it here. I will do it on WhatsApp.
okay.
Wait a minute. I have sent the file on WhatsApp. Can you guys just download it?
Yeah. Hmm.
Now, uh,
Yes, data is here.
Done.
can you just type import pandas like this one
Hmm.
and then run it?
Oh, read this file also.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, can you tell me what was the syntax for reading it? It is
It is on the
Read,
screen.
yeah,
pd.read csv.
read CSV.
pd.read csv. Okay.
And you can also use the head and tail function.
I'm getting no such file as emptycars.csv. I
So
downloaded
wherever
it.
you have downloaded, you have to give the entire path. Suppose if it is in my downloads, okay,
Mm-hmm.
I have to give the entire
Mm-hmm.
path. Like I have to say downloads like this, and then I have to say empty cars
Okay.
like
इसका बात कैसे करेगा?
Okay.
File का
so. If you are struggling with the path, what you can do is you can have this shift and the button down
I
below.
uh, I got it done.
Yeah, and then you after this if you say down D and you press tab, it will automatically show you options. You do this, and then you give the name of the file, empty cars or whatever it is. What to say.
download.
If you are struggling, you can share the screen, Rajina.
I'll share my screen.
I got the top five.
Nice.
Can you see my screen?
Not
Not
yet.
yet.
Okay.
Yeah, can you go to
Yeah. And my file is here. I mean, it's in the downloads only.
yeah, can you go to your Python code?
Here.
Yeah. So first you have to basically say df equal to,
Okay.
okay, and then inside your single brackets,
Yeah.
okay. So now remove everything, okay. The shift and the shift, and then you have to say uh, just the button below escape. There will be a snake like character. Yeah, like, but you have to give it inside inverted commas.
Codes.
Yeah, quotes basically. And then you say slash, press tab, go to downloads. Yeah. Now you say mm and then press tab. That's fine. Press tab. Allow. MMT. The last one. Yeah. Now run this.
Okay.
Yeah, congratulations. Now say df.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Now say df dot head, df dot tail. Yeah, you are good to go. By default, it will give you 5. You can mention the number as well, how many records you want.
Okay. No, something index also, right?
No, that's fine. That's fine. That we will do. That's okay.
Okay.
So yeah. So I hope, yeah, I hope everyone has done this. So we will move ahead.
Yeah.
So what I will do is I will just go on as I'm explaining. You guys can also try it out parallelly. Okay, and if you have any doubts, you can ask me. Okay. So
Okay.
let's start with the very basics. That is head and tail we have seen. Now suppose if you want to know that what
You have to share. I will stop presenting.
what size, didn't share the screen. Are you guys able to see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
So now suppose if I want to know what are the different columns available inside my data frame, then you just say car df dot columns. This is basically understanding the different columns which are available.
Got it.
Okay. Data type equal to object.
Done?
So it will, yeah, give us, yeah, all the columns.
Yes, basically all the columns.
It is not a function.
Yeah, it's not a function.
Hmm.
Okay, these are like metadata of your car df. Okay, now suppose if you want to know how many rows and how many columns are present, then you say cars df dot shape.
Got it.
Awesome.
The first one is basically your rows. The second one is basically your columns.
Columns.
The number of rows and number of columns. Okay, and then you have, let's say you want to know what are the different data types of each column. Then you say d types. Here object is nothing but your string, mpg is float int. Yeah, object is nothing but your string, so wherever it will be considered string.
Model is object, mpg is float,
Hmm.
integer is. So what is 64 here? Like
So float,
limit?
no, not the limit. Basically 64 is basically the for storing that number, what is the precision, I mean how many data memory was used. Like there are different types
Okay,
of memory available: float 8, float 32, float 64, float 16.
okay,
These are
okay,
basically called as precision. Okay, so
okay.
64 basically means that it will have a lot many numbers. Okay, after like after your decimal point it can have lot many numbers, whereas float 8 will have less numbers. So if you have lot many numbers, then the precision will obviously will be higher.
So in the this CSV file, the automatically it got the float as 64
Yeah,
from
by
the CSV
default,
file.
even though there is only one single value, okay,
Mm-hmm.
but by default value, how float numbers are stored is using float 64.
Okay, and I can change it to any other memory type here.
Yeah, you can change it to any value. For example, let's say I want to change cylinder to float.
Okay.
Okay, then I can do this equal to cars tf to cylinder as type float. Now if I say cars
Mm,
tf again, you will see previously it was 6, right? Just 6. Now it has changed to float.
mm, yeah.
Okay, you can do like, suppose if I want not the object, I want a proper string, then you can say cars df of model equal to
Is equals
cars
to.
df. So basically I'm updating the value as type str.
Mm-hmm.
Now if I say
Mm,
cars df dot d types, it's still coming as object, but it is actually string only, because it was already previously string only, right?
yeah. So I can change the data types as well.
Yeah, I better change it back to int because we need it.
But like if it is an like we saw before, we can change convert a string, like we can convert an integer to a string, but we cannot convert a string to an integer, right? I
Yeah, so
mean,
if I try to convert this, okay, let's say if I try to convert this to an integer, it will tell that it is a value error because you cannot convert Mazda RX
mm,
Pro to a, you can't convert anything to anything. There is obviously some limitations.
yeah, okay.
Hmm.
Okay, have you guys done this?
Yeah. Let me change it back to integer.
Hmm.
No, this one I haven't done. 1 minute.
Use tab a lot, like tab, and then you can not just know possible options, but you can write code fast. Let me know once you're done. Okay.
Hmm.
Can you scroll up? Here you have mentioned hashtag rows and columns. So you have mentioned it, right? Because in my this thing, it's not there.
No,
Rows,
yeah, I have
columns.
mentioned it.
You commented it out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Because I was not seeing the screen. I was just
Hmm.
uh, on my Jupyter lab. I was working on my Jupyter lab.
So
Okay.
what is this object data type? I mean, what
String. It is
type?
string. Indirectly, it is saying it is a string.
Okay, so I can convert it into I can't convert it into integer or float.
No,
No.
this is actually called as typecasting.
Hmm.
We learned this typecasting in our previous this class as well, correct?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that
Yes.
was more specific to one variable. This is like specific to
Variable.
one column
Mm.
itself.
One column. Yeah.
Hmm. I don't have to give 64 to for converting it back, right? Only
No, no,
float.
no. Just
No.
have float because
It will,
by default float means float 64 only.
But if I say as float 16, it will take it as float 16.
See, if I say
it will
float
take, but
32,
the data has to
okay.
fit
If I
in
say
that.
float 32, then if I say cars df dot d types, you will see that it has come in float 32.
Yeah.
I can say it even as float 8, but float 8 I float last is I guess float
16.
16. So if you say float 16, it will come in float 16. That is int
Mm.
is available, int 8 is available, but
But what is the present data in that column? A particular data, I mean, record is using more than that value
then it will just
memory.
get truncated.
That record will get truncated.
Not the record. Like suppose, let's say, I mean, just for example, let's say you have float values until 32. Even though here the float value doesn't have anything.
Hmm.
Okay. So even though like this doesn't have, like, let's assume that okay, like this weight basically has a lot many more characters, I mean more numbers basically, and you convert it into from 32 to 16, then it will just consider the first 16 and rest 16 it will just ignore.
Mm.
You just cut down it in half. Understood?
Yes.
Okay. Regina, were you able to understand this?
Yes.
Okay. Are you guys done with this?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So this is how, yeah, let me actually just make everything back to what it was so that we can do a lot of stuff. Okay. So now that you have all of these things done, now let's say now you want to understand. Now whenever you have some data, there is something called as univariate analysis. Okay. So
Okay.
univariate as in means, as the word indicates, uni singular variation analysis. Okay. So
Okay.
you we might have learned in algebra, right? Like if you want to, let's say there is a column. Now if I want to present an entire column using one single number, let's say it is a numerical column, okay,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to represent that entire, basically I want to sum down, I mean I want to bring down the entire column into one number, then what is the way of doing that? I want to like basically summarize the entire column.
Okay, you want the count of all the columns.
Count
Like,
is also one thing. You can, like, if you want, like, okay, this is the count, and what better metric or what better other thing which we can do, like
can sum?
some is also depends on the scenario. Some is okay, some is okay.
Max.
Max is also fine. And what else?
Mm,
We have learned this, right? Mean, median, mode.
yes, median.
So
Mean, median.
I mean, depends
Yes.
on the scenario. Like, for example, like, let's say if I have the average, if I have heights of the people, and I want to know what is the average height of a people in my locality, then I would say
Mm-hmm.
I would use average as in mean to get the output.
Yeah.
But if I wanted to just say that, okay, I want to get the sum of salaries of all of the people inside my locality, then I would use sum,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Or I want to
Yes.
count the number of people, I would say count. So there are so many
Mm-hmm.
functions available which you can do for doing the analysis based on what the
Mm-hmm.
exact requirement is. But in Python
Mm-hmm.
Pandas you have something called as describe. When you say describe, it will give you all of the possible options for all of the columns, all of the numerical columns:
Oh, wow.
mean, standard deviation, minimum, count, quartiles, 25%, 50%, 75% quantiles, and max. So this you can buy
What is STD?
standard deviation.
Standard deviation.
So if I want to, like, explain you what is mean, like, mean is nothing but the average, and standard deviation
Mm-hmm.
is basically after, if you say the mean is 0,
Mm-hmm.
okay, if you say the mean is 0, and basically how much my entire data is deviating from the mean. I will give an
Yeah.
example, a very basic example. Let's say that the average, let's say we have a number of people and the respective heights.
Okay.
Okay, now the average height might be 150 centimeter,
Okay.
but now this you but you can you tell that, okay, I mean, can you tell that how much percentage of people will have, will you be sure that, okay, the average height would be 150 centimeter only? I
We
mean,
don't know the how much the percentage will be, right,
yeah,
for
because I will tell you why. The reason is because that there will be, let's say, many people who have less heights. Let's say
yes.
only 100, 110 centimeter, like all these people. But you might have
Mhm.
some people who are very, like, 7 foot, 8 footer people.
Yeah.
That,
So we are that's why we are getting the average as 1.57 157.
yeah. So,
So
but you can't
yeah.
rely on mean. So that is the reason we want
Yeah.
something which can tell that, okay, even after calculating mean, how
Mm-hmm.
much are my records on on an average? How much are my records deviating from the mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah.
So
So it will give me row by row, like it will
yeah, yeah,
compare the average against the height, exact height of that guy
yeah.
in that
It will
row.
give row by row, and then after everything, it will just calculate all of the differences. And if it is
Mm-hmm.
very close to zero, like for example this weight, it is close to zero,
Mm-hmm.
this basically means that your mean value and
Mm-hmm.
the value which you see across all your samples is pretty much the
Mm-hmm.
same. Like if I just say cars
Yeah.
df
Mm-hmm.
of drat, okay, you will see that it is revolving around 3.5, 3.54, 3, only 2 or 3 or of the records only have 2.7. Apart from that, it is revolving around 3.9, 3 points. Hence
Mm-hmm.
the mean is 3.5 and the
It
standard deviation is
and the
0.5. that
zero
is
point 0.5.
that is very less difference. Whereas
Mm-hmm.
if you say display, displacement basically, you will see that the number is
Mhm.
ranging from 160, 360, 275, 460,
Yeah,
472.
yeah.
So it has a lot of variation. So
Yeah, yeah.
the more standard deviation, okay, basically the standard deviation here is more, whereas it is
Yes,
close to
yes,
0.
yes.
So if the standard deviation is close to 0, that basically means the value also revolves around your mean, like it is very close to mean. If it is very high than 0, it basically means that your value is not very close to mean. It has lot of
So if so, yeah, considering your example, okay, if suppose if the standard deviation of the height was 0.53 or something, that means most of the people were ranging around 150,
exactly.
157. What was the average height which we
Yes.
got? So
Yeah.
they are close to the average height.
Yes.
That's why the standard deviation is something like 0.53. Whereas
Yes.
if it is way more like 123, that means we have variety of heights ranging from 100 to, it can go up to, I don't know, maybe
Plus minus 123.
6 foot
It can
7.
either
Yes,
go
yes, yes.
maximum 124 minus or
Yeah,
plus. It can be in
minus
either
or plus.
directions. Like if you see
Yeah, yeah. So
here,
that's
if you see the max, okay, if you see the max, what is the max? 472.
472.
Okay, so if you add 230, no, if you subtract 472 minus 230, it is 470.
242.
242 basically. Now if you add the minimum is 71.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if you say 71, calculate 242, and then okay, so if you do this, and if you, so basically this is the range, and that is the reason
Mm-hmm.
your standard deviation is pretty high.
Pretty high. Yeah, we learned this in school. It's a refreshing this thing.
This comes, I mean, this so you might get asked in interviews that this is
Mhm.
my data set, can you tell me that how much variance there is present inside data set. You can also be asked about formulas as well.
Mhm.
So I mean,
Formulas like.
like standard deviation,
Mhm.
this is like for standard deviation it is x minus mean, sorry, x minus mean divided by standard deviation, yes.
X minus mean divided by standard deviation.
No, wait,
Okay.
standard deviation formula, yeah, x
They
minus
ask this
mean,
as well.
yeah, yeah,
They will ask us max formulas.
max.
I mean,
It's a
standard
max
deviation formulas
formula,
is there.
huh? I mean, I mean, see, again, it depends on company to company, okay. So you might get asked a lot of questions regarding statistical techniques, although not that much for data analysis. They don't generally, they stick with SQL and Python, but there can be a worst case scenario in which company is like, okay, resorting to even asking questions like that. You can't really expect, and that is the beauty of this data profiles. You can't really know what you can expect. Like for me, at least for you guys, it's still like statistics. It stops with statistics and probability. For me, it is
Mhm.
linear algebra, calculus, probability and statistics, derivation, integration, limitations, and all that stuff.
Should
Partial
have paid
derivatives,
attention in my maths
integrals.
class.
Yeah, thankfully, I had given a lot of attention during my college days. So yeah, so I mean, but I need to revise a lot. But just a reminder. Okay, let's not get carried away by this. Anyways, like if you say describe, then you will basically get what you will see that
But
you.
Shazid Bhai told us that he will help us get a job, so he's supposed to teach us that also then.
Yeah, yeah, I will definitely. That is the reason why I'm explaining you mean standard deviation once again as if I'm teaching to ninth standard.
Yeah. Actually, I was very bad in maths in initially, but then I caught up somehow and I got passed.
It's
No, Max is, yeah, I mean, very interesting subject, especially if you know that where it will. Max is everywhere. Doesn't
Yeah,
matter. Biology,
easier to
chemistry.
say for people who already are good in it.
yeah, yeah, of course.
Just like coding, people who know, they're like it's such a beautiful language, and then there are people like us.
Like, see, I can easily say that there is no one who doesn't hate Max. Okay, I mean,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
there is no. I mean, even people like people who are highly intellectual, they will also hate Max. The only thing is you have to love it. Otherwise, you can't work with it.
Yes.
There is no
Maybe I
other
have to
option.
start seeing some statistics lecture.
No, no, I mean not that much. You go to medium.com and you just say statistics for beginners or statistics
Hmm.
for data analysis. Like even if I go right now,
Hmm.
okay, let
Hmm.
Hmm.
me open it up for you guys. See, even for me, I am doing all day this only.
So this data basically helps you if the company like if in our job profile we
See
want to
here.
put up a graph or a uh, like analyzing the like yearly data
Yeah,
on
Yes,
our.
so
yes, 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 yes.
suppose
Okay.
yeah, that's right. So suppose if you are like want to understand that okay, what is my average salary which I have provided. Now if you see that the
Hmm.
standard deviation is going a lot ahead, then you can easily
Hmm.
relate that okay, I mean it might be because that I'm giving more salary to top management
Hmm.
or within a particular department. I mean depends on the scenario, but yeah, so basically it helps.
But question, if
Hmm.
I can use all these functions like mean,
Hmm.
count, and max, median, standard deviation, all these things. So it's I mean the computer can calculate it for me, right? I
Yeah,
don't have to like
everything the
you
computer
know.
will be doing. Even right now you have chat gpt, okay,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
that's the thing, right? You want to know okay what exactly is see this article
happening.
is good, yeah, what's happening, what's
Hmm.
basically what's happening. I will just give this one for starters on the group. So you're not able to see, right? Like okay, I'm so sorry, but yeah, I found one article which is good. Let me see once again. Yeah,
I
if
just hope they don't ask me about
I'm preparing you guys
maths
for the
in.
worst case scenario. Okay, don't worry about it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because I have my interview in couple of days, so I don't know if
No,
what should I
you
focus
will
on,
get asked
pandas or.
about this if you hopefully you when you are like when you have cracked it.
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
don't worry. I mean, I will help you out.
Um,
Don't worry about it.
sorry to, I mean, I'm just curious, Kasim bhai.
Yeah.
Uh, if like we are on the starting stage of Python, right? I mean, what profile
Yeah.
are you applying for?
Actually, the thing is that I did data analysis, okay, but the only problem with what I did was it was not using SQL and Python. Okay, it was we use SQL, but not that much. So I have good hands-on knowledge on
Experience.
yeah, yeah, experience in Power BI and data visualization and all those things. So I'm good in making graphs and charts and the BI, but designing and all that I have knowledge. But cleaning and using all this. Uh,
Data.
yeah, yeah, data using Python and SQL. That's the reason I connected with Shadi. Now I'm applying based on my experience, but I just incorporated Python and SQL in my CV. So yeah, I got an interview, but it will be very tough for me to crack it. But let's see, it will be a good experience, if even though if
Mm-hmm.
I don't crack it.
Okay. And I was just curious because I've been planning to put my papers only after I complete my course.
No, no,
Actually,
don't,
I
don't, don't,
took
don't,
yeah, yeah,
don't do that.
don't
Don't
leave
do
act
that.
yeah.
Wait
What
for
for me it was a different thing, yeah.
Mm,
The
yeah.
reason I put my papers was because I wanted to go and get married, and I was getting my vacation and a lot of other things as well. And I
Mm,
put my paper. I decided I have to, change because it was more as a business analyst, and I wanted to
mm.
be a data analyst. So that's why I'm learning, and at the same time I'm applying now.
And for me, I already did a business analyst course before coming to Dubai, and I applied. I got couple of jobs, but all of them were like work on Saturdays and far away. So
Okay.
I
So
continued with my
business
course.
analyst course you did, it had all those process improvement, process
Yes, yeah,
flow.
yeah,
Okay, okay. Yeah, that I have experience in that. I have done that. But
yeah.
I haven't done any course. What course like you did?
It was a course wherein I had to prepare a project using all these rules, and I mean, I could use that project on my resume.
Okay,
That I have
okay.
created this report on so and so requirements on those
Mm-hmm.
documents. I have prepared all those documents. So
Mm-hmm.
basically, teaching us what, because I wanted a switch in a career because I was already working in database, right? It is a
Yeah.
huge switch for me. I
Mm-hmm.
got the jobs, but then I didn't join.
Yeah.
I
Mm-hmm.
continued in my remote, and
Mm-hmm.
now I see that even for BAs, they are asking this technical.
Yes, yes, yes. Of course. For BAs as well, they are asking Python and SQL.
Yeah.
Can you
Okay.
just, Regina, just for my information, can you name
Yeah.
which course exactly did you did for a business analyst?
It was a course with a lady named as Sajna Binal,
Okay,
and it was a
LinkedIn?
sorry.
LinkedIn? Through LinkedIn or which
No, no,
platform?
I found her on Instagram actually. There was this, and on YouTube. She had
Okay,
videos
okay.
of like how to prepare a certain document or how to read a document and prepare your requirements, those kind of. So she had this workshop of I think 16 days,
okay,
Okay.
and working with people in teams, and in those teams itself she gave us different, like every team had a project wherein she provided the basic requirement documents and all, and we had to, by the end of the course, we had to get ready, we had to be ready with the whole project with all the diagrams and
So you are
everything.
using Visio, and
Yes,
you are preparing SOPs and all those things.
yes, and then the UML diagrams and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So all that, I
okay.
mean, it was very good.
Okay,
Yeah.
was it like
Good you did not join, because SOPs and this thing, it's very hectic. I mean, I'll
Yeah,
tell you, if you work.
I had one of my friends here in Dubai who's she was already working as a BA, and her experience was also not good. So I didn't want to get into that hectic.
I remember preparing an SOPs for like 4 5 days straight, because they keep on changing things, and you have to give your day, night, everything. Plus, I used to prepare a training manual as well, and then I have to go and train them as well. So it's a
Those
very,
kind of stuff. So
yeah.
because I was already a technical person, I was
Mhm.
skeptical about this whole thing of doing this typing and this reading documents.
Yeah, yeah, it's a very bad
but
profile, to
don't
be
you
honest.
guys, yeah, don't you
So
guys think that now that we have ChatGPT and all, it it would be relevant easier?
Actually, I
doesn't
used
make easier.
ChatGPT as well, but the
Yeah.
problem is, it's not about the data. It's what you're putting inside the document. It's all about alignment, and how you beautify your document, and how presentable it is, and it's a very, this thing you have to
Okay,
prepare
yes.
different type of charts and diagrams. Plus, for me, when I was preparing a training manual, I prepared a training manual for WMS, warehouse management system. It consisted of more than 400 pages. So just imagine typing 400 pages, not only typing, aligning. And the worst part is, if the alignment goes wrong even in one instance, the whole alignment
Hmm.
below it will get affected.
And then it
So
is like you have to prepare the document in such a way that any layman person can understand the whole thing,
yeah,
because the
yeah, yeah.
client is not technically well versed. So I
Correct.
found that a bit like if I want to do it or not. I mean, when I was doing the course, I was like, okay, this is very interesting and all. But when I was giving the interview and they were giving me scenarios to work on, I kind of got skeptical that this is very boring.
I prepared the SOPs for Chinese, the training manual and SOPs. It was not hard, it was very hard to prepare those. On top of that, when you are training them, it is a whole different gravy itself. Like, you
Yeah.
cannot train such kind of people from Hong Kong, China, and all these people. They are, I mean, they are very smart, but they have very less. No, they don't have that good command in English, and they don't even care to learn. I feel that only few of them, they make some effort, and the rest of them, it's very hard to even trying to get them to join a meeting is very hard. uh, it's like a nightmare. So BA is not an option. That's why I wanted to switch to a data analyst role. But
Hmm.
the plus point was I did a lot of work with BI, Power BI.
Hmm.
That was one of the plus point. But yeah, it's just when I started this course, I realized that the well is too deep. There is a lot to learn, and
Hmm.
BI is just presenting, and it's all about visualization. But the whole process is how you are manipulating the data in the backend and getting those tables to the BI or Tableau. Yeah, that's the most challenging part.
Hmm.
That's right.
Hmm.
Okay, guys.
So, Shadil bhai, what are you working on? Like, are you working besides this?
Yeah, so I work as a lead data scientist. So my job is to
Oh,
basically make deep learning and make AI work.
oh, okay.
So when you say lead data analyst, you have a team under you who
Yeah,
is, I mean,
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
okay, okay,
So uh,
good, good.
I basically have a team of like we basically are a team of 25 people approx, and
Okay.
so we have been assigned multiple projects. So currently I'm leading like 4 or 5 projects. In each project a different technology, a different model, a different data, a different team, a different stakeholder, a different, all things are
Hmm.
different. So
Hmm.
basically our job is
So
to
when you say your team consists of all data scientists.
yes,
Okay.
we primarily are data scientists, but we interact
Hmm.
with data engineers, we interact with data analysts, we interact with uh, like basically your software engineers, stakeholders, PMs, PAs,
Hmm.
all of them.
Hmm. Ah, okay, okay. That's nice.
Yeah, I mean, every job has its own challenges, but okay, guys. So back to the topic. Yeah. So this is like how you can basically get your all
Describe what all we can do with the number value in our table.
exactly.
Hmm.
Now, similarly, like let's say if you want, like if you want, now this is for just numerical statistics, right? Now, if you similarly,
Yeah.
if you want to now, what is the if there is a categorical, like there are two types of value data type, right? One is numerical, one is categorical. Numerical is your
Categorical.
number
Yeah.
features, right? And categorical is
Yeah.
basically your values which does not have any specified number. It is basically like a name, like your name, or
String.
your, yeah, it is basically string, but it can be either repetitive or even singular as well. Like for example, here model is basically your just a car name. Okay,
Yeah.
it won't repeat, like if I say model, okay, dot model, a minute, yeah, model, let's say model. If I say value prompts, you will see that every other car has only been repeated only once. So value
Yeah.
counts is basically your uh, function, okay, your method which can basically give you how many times each value has been repeated.
So it will give us the distinct counts.
Yeah,
It will not be
exactly. Like
repetitive
if
this
I
thing then.
say the same exact thing, let's say for let's, what is the whole number here? Do we have a whole number here? Let's say, wait, I will just, I guess the background noise is, अच्छा ठीक है,
It's from me.
I don't know. I mean, whoever has background noise, can you just mute for a second?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So if you see here, cars df and then cyl dot value counts, you have 846, right? So basically in this car data frame, you have 8 cars which have the cylinder value as 14. Okay. No, no, no. Sorry, sorry. You have 14 cars which has cylinder value of 8. You have 11 cars which have the cylinder value of 4. You have 7 cars
Okay.
which have the cylinder value of 6. Okay.
6.
Now let's say that, okay, you have got all of this metadata, but let's say now you want to understand, basically this is like your distinct value, like distinct, like in SQL,
Mm-hmm.
if I want to do this, then what I will do is I will say select cylinder, comma, count of cylinder from cars df, group by cylinder, and I will get this, right?
Yeah.
But what if I wanted to now understand, okay, I want to now basically filter, basically say use where condition. So even here using where condition is very easy. What you have to do is you have to just say cars df, okay, I'm cars df inside cyl double equals to 8. If I do this, then I will get all of the records which has cylinder as 8 in it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it is relatively easy.
Yeah, I mean, some things are relatively easier in SQL, some things are relatively easier in Python.
But the syntax looks very confusing.
You will get used to it. Okay, if I will show you now, until here it was very easy, right? Like value counts and everything, like you just have to remember the function name.
Yes, yes.
But here it's nothing but understand this. Okay, what happens here, there was one data type which we missed on that day, which is called as boolean data type, which you might have also seen in your SQL. So boolean data type is basically nothing but it has only true or false. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
if I just do this, then you will either get like cars. What it will do is it will basically compare each value of your cylinder to this, whether it is 8 or not, and
And
it
it
will
will say
return
8 or
true or
not.
false.
Yeah, it will give us true or false.
Okay,
Got
so
it.
it is basically giving entire data frame, I mean series, this is called a series, but it will by basically say true or false. Now if I just give here the variable itself inside a square bracket, okay, see just that I am using a square bracket here, then what it will do, it will ignore all of the false values and it will just give the true values.
So, yeah. So the filtration is done inside this square bracket.
Yes,
I mean, the so if it is true or false, that condition is applied inside that square bracket, and after applying those things, we are trying to fetch the details of cars here.
yes.
I have seen somewhere there is triple is equal to sign as well.
Okay, triple equal to, we don't have it in Python.
I think that is in the JavaScript or something.
Exactly, that is in JavaScript. Triple equal to is in
Okay,
JavaScript. In Python, it
okay,
is
okay,
we don't have it.
okay, okay.
But yeah, this is how you can basically do it. Okay. Now similarly, like if I want to do anything else, you can also have multiple where conditions as well. Okay. Like for example, let's say I want the gear to be 4 as well along with cylinder 8. Okay, gear 4 to any gear, let's say 5. Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I will say inside cars df, okay, under cylinder it should be equal to 8. Okay, and here I will give the round brackets as well too, because I am giving multiple conditions. If you are giving one single condition, you don't need to give round brackets, but if you are giving multiple conditions, you need to give. And this is your AND operator, the short form for AND. Okay,
Yeah.
so now you will say cars tf here as well, and here you are saying that my gear should be
Is equal to
5.
5.
And if you want to give it like eight, okay, that might be okay.
And if
Sorry.
you want one more and condition in this, you can add.
Yeah, you can just add like this and give it here. Let's say I
And
want
if I want
cylinder.
to add or condition,
Then you say uh, this is the short form for or. So it either the cycle
okay,
should be 8 or the gear should be 5.
okay. And if two and one or, I can add, do
Yeah.
that.
So suppose 2 and 1 or, right? So then
Yeah,
you have to do
yeah.
something like this. Okay, and now if you say or, okay, here or condition, let's say my car uh, or my car weight
If yeah,
WT.
is greater than, let's say, 3. Okay.
what if in the gear itself I want to give a range of values or 2 to 3 values like
Yeah, you can also do
uh,
that.
in condition we give.
Like suppose if you want to do that, then you have to say is in. Now is in is
Okay.
basically like you will say 3, 4, 5, and this will come as a list because you are giving a list.
Yeah.
So your cycle is 8, and the car gear can actually be from 3, 4, 5. See, 3, 4, and also 5. Or if it doesn't satisfy this condition, or your weight should be more than 3.
And if I want to add not equal to,
Not equal to, I won't get more confused this.
I would
Not,
suggest you write another query
yeah.
because
yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's go one by one.
So if you want to say not, then you just say, uh, you just say like this. This is the not condition. But if you add
Hmm.
these
this,
operators are used as it is.
sorry,
These operators are used as it is.
yeah, yeah, this is not. This is present condition. This is not condition. So you can negate anything, whatever. Like I can completely negate this thing as well. Any doubts?
Got it in here.
Double equal to is where this snake sign is equal to not.
Yes.
I have to remember this. Then I don't know what is this called. The partition sign.
Pipe operator.
Pipe,
Pipe
pipe.
operator.
Yeah, is equal to or. Okay. And is in is used for range.
Yeah. You have lot
More
of
than one.
stuff. You have is in, you have not in, you have not any, you have like lots of stuff. Not in as well that is present. Not null is there, but I guess इस इनका negate ही करना पड़ेगा. You have to negate this. You want to not in.
Oh,
Okay, so we have to actually see the signs as well. What are the type of the signs?
Yeah, you guys can try this.
Understood.
You guys can try this out once.
if you could give like an example of.
Okay, so I will tell you what I want. Okay, I want all of the cars which have HP more than 90 or their carb is more than 2.
Carb is more than 2.
Yes.
Can you scroll down? I want to see one. The syntax. Everything will go under square. Okay.
HP, what you said? More than.
HP should be more than 90 and carb should be, either HP is more than 90, okay,
Hmm.
or
Yeah.
carb should be more than 2. Kasim bhai, are you
Sorry?
okay, are you sitting on a common space, like as in like hall or somewhere?
I'm I'm sitting in my room and my chachi is here
Okay.
to actually sit with talk and with my wife.
Okay, okay.
Sorry guys.
It's okay. I mean, I'm just confirming.
I can hear some such
I
being
can
made.
I can hear
Yeah, I
Ata
I'm
being
still
Ata being very hard.
I actually got the this thing. I'll send it on chat.
Yeah, yeah.
L-
Please.
Let me know if this is correct. WhatsApp is fine.
Yeah, WhatsApp is fine. Okay.
HP is more than 90 and carb is more than 2. Correct?
Yeah,
Even
this is
I
right.
got it.
Yeah, this is right.
We can't a chat over here.
Huh,
I
that
mean,
is also fine. If you for I mean chat on the Google Meet itself.
Okay, but I see there is some carb which is 1 here.
That would happen, right? Because it is a
Or
or condition, not and
or
condition.
or 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 yeah, yeah.
how do I chat here?
There will be a
There
message
is a
option.
chat box in the right hand side bottom, just
Here.
next to a
Got
triangle, square, and
it.
yeah.
Is this query correct?
Yeah, this is right. Wait. df dfhp. Yeah, this is right. Yeah,
Okay.
both of them are right. Okay. So now, okay, I will tell you one more thing. Let's see who can do it first. So what I want is, I want I want either the car displacement should be more than 250.
Car displacement, DISP.
DSP, yes, the car displacement should be more than 250, or
Hmm.
the QSEC value should be more than 20.
More than 250 and more than 20,
Yeah,
correct?
yeah, and and the HP value should be more than 105.
Okay. So car displacement you said, right?
Yes,
Car, where is displacement? DISP, right?
yes.
Okay. Is more than
And the
20.
last condition, what did you say?
The last condition was, and the HP should be more than 105.
Okay, all the numbers, please. Again, displacement is how much?
HP displacement is 150,
150. Okay.
or the uh, QSEC value should be more than 20.
And
Okay.
H and HP more than 105.
Yes.
QSEC is more than, sorry, I got again
More than
confused.
20. More than 20. QSEC should be more than
More
20.
than,
Is this correct?
or
Mm, no, this isn't.
what is the last one?
Wait a minute, let me
What was the
see.
last one?
The last one was HP should be more than HP should be more than 105.
105.
Yeah, this isn't. I mean, let me check. The code is like hardly visible. I have to copy paste it.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Can you check? Yeah, I've done.
Just a minute. Let me first check. Okay, there is a double. So this is right.
No, you had said and HP should be greater than 105.
No, no, wait. Yeah, and only no. कहाँ चला
Which one is right?
No, wait. I'm, just a minute.
What did the winner get?
I'm just copy pasting the first one sent by Regina. So see here. Okay, this will cause errors. This one is not
Hmm.
right. The reason because uh, this two have to be inside one bracket. Okay.
Oh.
Whereas what Qasim by have copy, I mean I have written. Let me see. Yeah, even same here as well. This is also wrong because I had said that this both should be in OR condition and this should be in AND condition. Okay, I will tell you what the difference between both of them. Okay, if I don't do this, okay, what it will do is it will consider this both into AND condition.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay, you will see, I mean you can directly see the shape here. Okay, that is 20 rows. Okay, now if I do something like this, that is 19 rows.
Hmm.
So when I club the conditions together here, you could see here my wait, let me, oh, not this big. Yeah, so I want to club the conditions here. Okay, that is when pandas will know, okay, which conditions to club. Okay, and
Okay.
which one to
Hmm.
basically like say it as like separate, because if I don't do that, then it will consider this one and this one and this as separately.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is important. I hope you guys understood the mistake which you were guys doing.
Yes,
Yeah.
Okay.
I did the whole thing wrong. I
It's okay.
used an and an or one incorrectly, I think so.
That's fine. I mean, the starting off right. That's okay. So
Yeah,
now, yeah, I hope now you guys understood like how you can use and or not and like or condition and all, like basically where
yeah.
condition. So there are now two things which we like to understand. Now this indexing which we have learned also applies to pandas data frame as well.
Okay.
Remember we said that this is your rows and this is your columns, right? So suppose if I
Yeah.
want, okay, if I want, let's say the top, uh, let's say I would just want top 10 rows, okay, and I want all of the columns, then I can just say something like this.
Okay.
So it will just
I think
base,
it will like the.
sorry,
Oh, okay. No, no, nothing.
okay, like if I say if I say minus 10, is it nothing but like head only, okay,
Head only. Yeah, same
0
thing.
to minus 10, like I can also, but then in head you can't define the starting point, you can only define like how many top rows I want,
How many top rows I want?
but
Yeah.
here you can define the starting and the end point as well, like I am saying 10, it works on the index. What if I say 5 to 10? It will give you values from 5 to
Yeah.
10.
Got it.
Okay, I can even say that I want rows from, let's say, 20 to 25. But always be aware that it works on your index. Since this is
Hmm.
your index, if I change the index to something else, then this won't work.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Only in the row num.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so this is like one thing in which you can use indexing. The second thing is called as ilog function. Okay, so ilog, in ilog it is nothing but integer location. The full form is integer location, in which you can not only mention how many rows you want, but you can also mention what are the columns you want by numbering system. Okay,
Okay.
so for example, I am saying that I want the top 5 rows, and I want
Mm-hmm.
only the top, like how many columns we have 11 columns, right?
12, have 12,
12
12,
columns.
12
So
columns.
let's say I want columns starting from 0 to 5 only, let's say 0 to let's say 3. It will then not only give me top 5 rows, but also will give me only 3 columns,
Starting three columns.
starting 3 columns. If I
If I
say
add minus, it will go from backs.
yes,
Mm.
okay, this is your
iLock is to get all the rows and columns by index, correct?
yes, while in integer indexes, okay, but
Integer
okay,
index.
but here your what is the index of your column? For currently you're using numbers, but actual the index of your column is nothing but the column name itself, right? So
Names.
but you can't
Mm.
Yeah.
use here column name, you have to use, like if I say
Index.
ilog, if I do, let's say I want I want 5 to 15 or 15, and I say I want let's say wt, let's say just wt, it won't work.
Mm.
Okay,
Mhm.
but if I say lock, it will work. Now what the difference
Oh.
between ilog and log? Ilog is nothing but your integer location, loc is nothing but your simple location, like it will take your indexes. For rows it will definitely take your numbers, because the index is nothing but your number, but your column is nothing here, like you can give it as column name itself, like I want cylinder, let's say, it will give you something
Got
like
it.
this.
So for iLock, it is to get row and column by integer index, and lock is to get row and column by strings as well as the integer index. Correct?
Yes, exactly.
Mm.
Like but if you here give like 7 to 9, it won't work
It will.
in
I have
locate.
to give both.
Yeah, in no, because not both, Here in iLog it will work.
Yeah, but here I have to give a string value as
Exactly.
well, right?
Because here the
Yeah,
index
that's
for
what I'm
your
saying.
column is nothing but your the name itself.
Yeah, so I have to give a string and index as well to get the lock, to get a output for lock.
Yes, that's right. Can you guys try this out? I want okay, I will give an assignment using iLog. I want the last 10 rows and the last 5 columns.
Last 10 rows and last 5.
Yes.
Last 10 rows and last 5 column.
Yeah.
If it is done, you can send the code on the chat.
Mhm.
Last 10 rows and last 10 columns, right?
Last 10 rows and last 5 columns.
Last 5 columns. Okay. Using iLock, right?
Yeah.
I am not getting it.
Think about it. How will you be able to do it? You use indexing, which we have learned.
I type on chat I have sent. Can you check this?
Yeah, this is right. The one which you have done, Kasim bhai, that is right. Although there could be a better way which you could have done this.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like you have
I
done,
counted and
yeah, you counted right, but whenever, see, this is where reverse indexing comes helpful
into picture.
into
Yeah.
picture. I could just have said I need last 10 rows, right? I could say just minus 10,
Minus 10. Yeah.
and I can just is here say minus 5. So we'll get the same
Minus
output.
10 and minus 5. I tried that as well,
Hmm.
but I was getting
But point
something
is, like, I'm trying this.
Okay.
I'm just sending it over to you. Here. Where is it? I think I typed it twice.
That's fine. Let me copy paste it.
But yeah, I'm not getting like the row wise. Even if I type -1, it is only going till 30th row.
Yeah, because minus one meaning that you are also saying that consider
S-
the last row as well.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, so
So
it
it
will
will
always
go
skip.
to it will print till -2 only, right?
Yeah, yeah. So you have
But
to empty this and you have to just say minus
oh,
10.
okay, okay.
I mean, you can just plain, you don't even have to mention it. You can just say minus
Yeah.
5. So when you don't mention it, it will go until the end. If you mention it, it will always say minus 1.
But for -5 is to -1, I had given before also, but then it is giving. See the
You have to use it before the double dots.
If you say minus 1 right here, if you say minus 1 here,
Mhm.
that
Yes,
carb will
yes.
go out.
Yeah,
And if you
carb is going out.
yeah,
Yes,
if you say
correct.
minus 1, the 30th row will go out, because it will, as we learned in indexing, that whatever number you give, it will always say minus 1. So
That
minus 1
number
is
will be
called minus 2.
excluded.
Yeah, that will be
Hmm.
excluded.
Minus one will remove the first value, last value of from both the row and column. Minus one if we add.
Yes.
Hmm. Hmm.
Understood?
Yeah, yes, yes.
Okay. So now I will again, like using location. Okay,
Hmm.
I want rows between 10 and 20 index, but I only want columns model, MPG, and HP.
Rows
Rows
between
within
rows
Rows
between
between 10 and 20.
10 and 20.
Yeah.
and columns.
Columns model, HP, and MPG.
Model model and HP.
Yeah.
Correct?
Model, HP, and this MPG.
HP and MPG.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. This was relatively easier.
Hmm.
Okay.
10 and 20 you said, right?
Yeah.
But
You have to give
what
21.
wait, 10 and 21, because I got 20 as well, Toyota Corolla. Yeah, I
That
got one,
that is because the index counts from zero, right?
9, 10, 11, 12.
Oh, right. Only.
That's right. Whatever you are saying.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
Can you paste the this thing and show us the output,
Hmm. It should be
Shadir?
20.
Yes, I'm
Correct.
doing that.
It,
Hmm. This
it
is
should
wrong.
be 20, right?
Hmm.
This is fine.
Yeah, because if I add 21, it will give me 21,
Yeah, yeah.
which is
21st record. Ah, yes. I'm wrong.
Dodge Challenger. Now, one more thing. Out of this same record, out of the same exact thing, okay,
Hmm.
I want only those models, those cars, which have at least 180 HP in the same query, in the same line. How will you do it?
you want. What was the condition?
HP should be at least 180.
$180, right?
Yes.
Hmm. I have to add an and condition, right?
No, you don't need to. There is only one condition.
And HP should be more than
180.
what, 180. So without and condition, okay.
I actually created like assigned this view to another variable and I queried on that variable.
Yeah, but I want it in a single this thing. I mean within a on
Okay.
a single line. No variable reassignments.
Okay.
Single query. I can use equal to operator is like where operator, double equal to.
Yeah, you can.
Okay, I just need to find a way how to use it in the same query itself. You're saying
So remember that
it will be a subquery or like subquery where
no,
I will
no,
give
yeah, I
another
mean,
bracket and.
with respect to pandas, it is subquery only. But the only thing is here, what I will do here, I see. Now I am getting this output, right? Now on
Mhm,
top of this, I just want to add one more condition,
mhm.
right? So what I can do is, can't get, uh, wait a minute, where was your, yeah, this, right? Now on top of this, I just need to write that my after getting this, okay, now what I'm saying,
Uh, can I show
yeah,
something which I have written?
sure, sure,
User warning series key will be reindexed to match data frame something like this. Uh, I used I used this thing.
so do you want to share the screen, okay, no, I mean, yeah, more or less you are right, but this is not the way to do it. Just you just have to say here after you have got this, okay, what you have to do,
Mhm.
you have to just say that, uh, yeah, so what you can do is you can either the one way which Regina mentioned is like you just say
Assign a variable.
assign a variable like sample cars df, and now on top of this you can just say sample cars, and then again sample cars, then inside you will say hp should be at least greater than 180, which will give you the results for sure.
Mhm.
Or
Mhm.
else remember index is in, we had seen here, is in operator.
Yeah.
Okay, so what you can do is you can say car df index is in, okay, you can give, okay, that it can be between the range of one more thing which we have missed, but I will just show you what exactly it is. There is something called
I
as
think it's
range function. Okay, like you can just give range function start and stop, and if you say it as a convert back to a list, it will basically give you the range of numbers between following which falls between two numbers. This
Okay.
is what the range function does. Okay, so you just
Okay.
have to check. I mean, if you didn't even use this, you can just manually say 10, 11, 12, or whatever it is. But for since we have a range function, you can just say range 10 to 20. Okay, so if, yeah, range should be 10 to 20. Okay, and 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 my car df के अंदर जो HP है should be greater than 180.
So the one which I shared is the a wrong one, or we can do it that way also.
This one also, I mean, okay, what you have done is cars df
I just added it
dot location, uh,
and I've given a range of 10
yeah,
to 20.
cars df,
Then,
then
yeah,
you have said here, okay, okay, you have said 10 to 20, and then you have given this, right? Now,
the strings,
let's
yes.
say now here this
I
we have
added
got.
another this thing.
Okay, now if you say cars df, okay, inside it you are saying that I want to, basically this is my df, and now
Hmm.
here again I am basically using this option where I am saying hp should be greater than 180, right? 180 is the answer.
Yeah, yeah.
Even though this will give, okay, even though this is also right only, okay,
Mhm.
but what happens here is that it gives you a warning. Okay, even this is like plain
Okay,
and simple, but this is the best way to do it, in which you add all your
okay.
condition inside your one indexing itself. But this
Hmm.
is the problem here is that it will re-index your data frame, which you
Okay,
don't want. I mean, it can be a possible. If you do not do this properly, then can user warning, as in like, re-indexing can happen.
okay.
But yeah, this is one legitimate way of doing this as well. So don't get confused. I mean, I'm just like, I know you guys might have not come up with this. I'm just like testing you guys around just to understand, okay, how much you guys are thinking. But yeah, I mean, I'm just like, okay, trying to understand, okay, whether you guys are able to understand it or not. And you have you guys understood all three solutions?
Yeah, we index in. Okay, so my question is, why did we give a? Here we are using, okay, the location, this thing, uh, operator,
Hmm.
okay, and function to get the index as well as the string value, integer as well as the string value from the column name and the index,
Yeah.
both. So yeah, so we here you have said index dot is in and you have given the range, whereas what we did previously was we were calculating the range just by giving the index number in between those things.
Yeah.
So why we have used index dot is in and then range function like
Because,
this?
yeah, because here
Mhm.
with this I cannot give any condition here.
Okay,
Like I can give, now I will tell you why exactly this is not right. Okay, because here already you have subsetted your data. Okay,
okay,
like you have already made a subset out of your data, but now the condition which you are writing, okay, this is
Mm-hmm.
basically for your entire data frame, not just this
Okay.
set, right?
It will change the data frame. It will
I
change the
mean,
data frame. Cards.
it won't change the data frame for now. Okay, this
Mm-hmm.
is still fine. But what's happening here? Like, I hope you are able to understand that this is a different data frame now from cars df. Cars df
Okay.
basically now, if you consider shape, it has 11 records.
Okay.
Whereas if you say cars df, then cars df of, if you just say cars df of hp more than 180, and you ask the length of it, how much is it? 32.
32.
So you are basically, if you try to do this here, then the user warning here it comes because here it is only 32 records, sorry, 11 records, and the condition which you are applying is for using 32 records.
Mm-hmm.
So that is why it is giving the user warning.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but
Yeah, that's
whereas,
why I also got user warning.
yeah, but whereas
I thought what
here
I did something
I
wrong.
am doing the indexing here and also the conditioning also here. If, I mean, if you are doing the indexing, then you can only do this. You can't have, like, if I try to do something like this, right? Like if I try to do something like this, and I would say this, it will give me syntax error.
Because there are three queries
Yeah,
in this.
yeah. And
And
all,
the columns are not defined before the condition.
yes. Also one more thing to keep a note here is, you can only use this, okay, you can only use this with conditional formatting and conditional manipulation. You can only use using location, but you cannot use using iloc.
iLock.
Iloc, you would say not implemented error. It will just say ilocation based boolean indexing on integer is not available.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to do
Because there are
indexing,
string values as well. That's why,
yeah,
right?
even no, even though if you remove the string values as well,
Okay.
even if I say that, okay, I don't want string values, even
Mm-hmm.
it will even then it won't give you it. Iloc is basically used for only using index.
Index.
Yes,
Okay.
like you can do conditioning, like for example, if I do this cars df dot iloc, okay, I would say uh, that, let's say, I want until, like, greater than, conditional indexing you cannot do, like for example cars dot index is greater than 9. This will come because you are doing the indexing on your sorry, you are doing the formatting on your index. But if I do something like this, it will say not implemented error. You can do
Mm-hmm.
all your formatting in here
Mm-hmm.
using the index. Whatever you want to
But
do, you can do.
when we are doing the indexing, the just a query above, you are doing the formatting as indexing dot is in range. So you are doing that basically in index as well, right?
No, I'm this is, yeah, but then it, if I do this, just do this, right? If I just do this,
Do this. Ah, okay.
if I
And then also
remove,
we are doing further filtration based on the
yeah,
HP
if I
and
do this, this will
got
work.
got it, got it, got it.
But if I do this, it
This is
won't
what.
work because I have one additional
Yeah, yeah.
condition here.
Condition. Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So if it is related to index, then you can use iloc. If it is not related to index, if it is related to column names or any other conditional formatting with respect to any other index value, column value, then you can do it
Mm-hmm.
using location.
Location.
Any doubts?
Okay, I wanted to understand how do we approach a query? Like for in SQL, we have a standard format, like when where we, do the filtration and everything. When we then like we have a standard format for SQL. The same way is it for Python or it's different?
Python is a little bit more flexible, I would say. That suppose if you want, uh, let's say that, uh, I mean, there is no proper structure, although there is like functions associated with it. Okay, but
Okay.
there is no standard format. Okay, you have to follow this. You have to write first from table name, and then you have to
Mm-hmm.
first like always like your group by will always come first and then order by, right? Or like
Mm-hmm.
group by will come first, then where condition, then order by. There is nothing like that. You can order it by
Mm-hmm.
first and then group it by after that, and then you can maybe have any limitation or head or undo anything. For example, very basic
Mm-hmm.
example which I
Mm-hmm.
would say is, suppose if I have cars df. Okay,
There's some error saying that it's not this thing.
yeah, am I audible, guys?
Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Charge
Yeah,
down.
yeah, charge down, but don't worry, I'm just join my charging back.
I think
uh
we should wrap up as well.
Sorry.
I guess we can wrap up as well.
हाँ ठीक है, मतलब just give one example. Yeah,
Mhm.
so I mean, so basically, yeah, so as I said, right, like basically group by, order by and all that. I will just give you a basic example. Like, let's say I have I will just say that 10 to 20 columns. Okay, and if you want to sort
Mhm.
it, then there is a, like if you want to order it by, then there is something called as sort values function. And then you can also mention how do you want it sorted. Let's say I want to sort it by cylinder, and I can also say ascending
Okay.
equal to, ascending equal to false. Okay, this you have got, right? Now I can,
What is
Mm-hmm.
ascending equal to false meaning descending?
ascending, yeah, ascending equal to false, it basically means descending. And if I say ascending, by default it is true. If I say true, then it basically will give you the cylinder. Basically it has,
So there is no
Ascending.
descending like word. I mean, we
sort
can't
values is
use
a function
descending.
which will help you to sort the entire data frame.
No, no, ascending and descending. We don't have descending in Python.
Nah, we don't have descending. Like, you, if you have ascending, you can just set it true or false, right? Like true is
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
true, false means descending. Okay.
they should add it. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Now they try to keep it as minimal as possible. Okay. Anyways, so yeah. So now if I do this, okay, if now if I again, I can just plainly have the sorting, I mean no, sorting first and then the integer location, and you will still get the same results.
Okay.
No, wait,
Can
wait,
can we
no, no,
go back?
wait. No, 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 no. I'm wrong. I'm wrong on this side. These will both have different results. The reason, because I first indexed it, basically got the rows between 10 and 20, and then sorted it. But here I sorted it first, and then I got the rows which is coming between 10 and 20. Understood the difference?
10 and 20 is like, okay, first I sorted it based on the cylinder.
Hmm.
Okay, so it was in ascending format from 4 6, all these things, and then I got the first 20, this thing for that one.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
And on the first one, I first got the first 10, this thing, and then I applied the sorting
Yeah.
of the cylinder. Yeah.
Yes.
Got it, got it. Can we go back to the query where you said range, that one? Okay. Let me explain you what I understood in this. Okay.
Hmm.
Now when we are dealing with iloc, okay, we cannot do conditioning based on the columns and other values related to that table, just the index. Correct.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why so now in our the query which you gave us, okay, we had an additional condition stating that we need the cars which has hp greater than 180.
Hmm.
So in this case we cannot, if we use cars df.iloc, and if we do the indexing first, okay, and within the same this thing, if I use and indexing, where indexing means without this range 10 to 20 in a subquery, in a different query,
Hmm.
just the plain one query. If I say cards df dot ilog, and then I state the range between 10 to 20, and then if I add another condition saying cards hp should be greater than 180, it cannot take, because in ilog we can, in ilog query we can only do the manipulation based on the index only,
Yeah.
not on columns and other values.
Yes.
So what you did is you created a subquery, just like a subquery in Python, where you first used index.isInRange, and you got the range between 10 to 20, and then you applied another this thing, cards HP, and you got another formatting done by HP, which should be greater than 180. But my question is, if I use cars df.ilog, and if I make one query, okay, first query, and I say it should be within 10 to 20, like normal index.
Okay.
Index is 10 to 20. And then if I add another condition in another query, it will not work. Correct?
It won't work. Yes.
Even though if it is a different query, like within
Different
that query.
within that query it won't work. If it is a total different query, for
Okay.
example, I will show you. Okay. Let's
Okay.
say that uh, let's say I cars df, okay, dot ilog, okay,
Mm-hmm.
I have, let's say I want 10 to 15,
20.
10 to 20, okay, let's take 10 to 20, okay,
Okay.
I'm getting this. Now
Yeah.
inside this, if I say lock,
Mm-hmm.
after this,
Okay.
if I say lock and if I say cars df, and if I say that okay, my cylinder should be greater than 3, it will give me the output.
But I had to use another LOC.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but you have to use another loc. If you try to combine both of these, then it will result into an error.
I think
Okay.
this one will come only by practicing. Like, this is too complicated.
Don't worry, like this, all these things, once you are like practicing enough, then you will easily come to know. All in all, you just have to remember, integer location, which is ilog, is only meant for like having rows and columns with indexes, as in numbers,
Hmm.
integers,
Yeah.
okay. Whereas location can do all sorts of stuff, like it can do conditional formatting, it can do your numbers, okay, for rows, but
Plus
for
string
columns,
values as
yeah,
well.
but for columns it has to be your column names. Remember that.
Yeah.
Hmm.
If you try to give
Yeah. It should
column
be
name,
string value.
yeah, it should be string value basically. Yes.
Where do you send this recording, or if you could send this only this sheet also?
I will send you both.
Actually, yeah, yeah. There is a YouTube channel. Can you share the link of that YouTube channel, Shadir bhai?
Yeah, yeah. Just I will share it on once I will upload it. Right, I will share it
Yeah,
on the
yeah,
group.
yeah.
Yeah, don't worry about that. I will share this sheet
Okay.
as well to you guys. I mean this notebook file basically.
Yes. Do we have a class tomorrow?
Tomorrow, tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
Can we do the same time, Regina, tomorrow?
No,
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 yeah,
no.
not the same.
Night.
I mean, like I log out by 8:30 only. So
Yeah, 8:30 is also fine. 8:30, 10:30.
yeah, but it becomes very continuous for me, right? Like
Mm,
I'm working till 8:30 already.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I mean, better we do it in morning itself. That is
Yeah.
Mm-hmm,
good for everyone. Otherwise,
mm-hmm,
what happens is that everyone comes. I mean, does something during the entire day, and
mm-hmm, yeah,
eventually
yeah.
things get little dizzy at the end of the day. So better do it morning.
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay. I mean, we can have the session. That's we can do it. Okay, 8:30 to 9 and I have to. Okay. Yeah, we can do it. Don't yeah. Let's do it tomorrow.
Tomorrow morning 7, right?
Yeah, 7.
7.
Okay, so I guess in the morning, if we could just brush up this uh, conditioning with LOC a little bit and then go ahead.
Sure, sure. No worries. We can do that.
Yeah.
Maybe you can give us couple of questions. It's better if we do it tomorrow.
Yeah,
No,
we
no.
will
Better
do
we
it.
do it
Yeah.
Yeah,
tomorrow itself.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Also, any tips for the interview?
As of now, try to, if not delay, but I mean, try to at least delay it at by the time we learn pandas. I mean, did the HR actually say that the questions will be regarding pandas?
She said it will be regarding SQL, Python, Pandas, NumPy
See, the thing
in
is,
HackerRank.
so the thing is, uh, I mean, you can solve data related questions either using SQL or pandas. Both works.
Okay.
Okay, like this website which I had mentioned you, right? Strata Scratch.
Yeah.
Let me actually show you guys that.
I mean, I'm just giving it for an experience, but it was a good thing. I actually landed an interview. That was a big thing for me for Airbnb. That is a good thing for me. I will just give an interview
Okay.
and see.
Guys, I'll have to leave.
Yeah, 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 sure.
Okay,
Yeah. Thank you.
we'll see you guys.
See
Yeah,
you
Thank
tomorrow.
you.
see you tomorrow. Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah.
So Strata Scratch, right? That website which I have shown you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now if you go, I mean, let me just share the screen. Wait a minute. So see, are you able to see the screen?
Yes.
Okay, you can either do it via SQL, okay, or you
Mm-hmm.
can do it also with pandas as well. Why is it not giving here? You can do the same exact thing using pandas as well. Okay, see, if you see here, Python, okay, if you
Okay.
select Python here,
Mm-hmm.
it will directly give you this.
Okay.
So same exact thing using SQL and same exact thing using pandas, both of them.
Pandas.
So
Mm-hmm.
like what do you want? Like write a query that calculates the difference between the highest salaries found in the marketing and engineering departments. So you can basically come this strata scratch and you can maybe practice some questions from this At least
Okay.
easy questions to get started.
O- Okay.
Okay, like for example, this would be your employee department. These are the I mean table details, and like you can get a preview. You have to log in, and after login you can get a preview. And yeah, so basically you can try that.
Okay. Sure, sure. Done, done. Thanks, Shadir bhai.
Okay, bye.
Let's see.
Yeah, I mean
Okay,
don't
thank you.
worry. थोड़ा starting में दिक्कत रहेगा, but once you like try it again and again and again, you will eventually land it. So, but हाँ मतलब कोई भी interview को मतलब ये मत करना, just attend, especially interviews like this. मैं मतलब पहले ही बता देता हूँ,
Mhm.
like थोड़ा मतलब ऐसा लगेगा कि मतलब अरे I don't know anything, but it's not like that.
Mhm.
It's like कि
Mhm.
मतलब ठीक है, because I mean here there are two things, right? One thing is you have just learnt about it.
Mhm.
You don't have
Mhm.
practical knowledge of working on the field. That's one thing. Second thing is
Mhm.
these are top notch companies और
Yeah.
इनका प्रोसेस थोड़ा बहुत ही हाई लेवल होता है,
Mhm.
तो इसके लिए
Mhm.
थोड़ा प्रिपरेशन लगता है.
Mhm.
But still, like now that you have like at least got something, you just try to like give it and then see क्या होता है करके. You never know.
Yeah, yeah. Let's see.
Okay, ठीक है.
Okay.
Okay, we'll see you
Jazakallah
then.
khair bhai.
Jazallah khair, inshallah. Then I will see you tomorrow morning. Okay,
See you tomorrow.
bye.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
Bye.